Kirby Drive at the Confessions nightclub, just behind me upstairs. It's a bar slash...
Ben 10 mom say this. Thank you, my God, for not leaving my son. You cover him. Red heart emoji. Well, good for her, because he ain't gonna be able to walk no more.
Ben 10 is now left unable to move, and suddenly J. Prince Jr. could be facing serious legal heat because of it. The son of one of hip-hop's most powerful names is now being tied to a situation where someone who stood solid for him is lying in a hospital bed, struggling just to walk again. April 8th in Houston, inside a spot called Confessions, everything took a wild turn when All-Star Jr. was simply trying to leave the building. Word spread fast, and J. Prince Jr. allegedly got wind he was there. A call went out, people started gathering, and all the attention shifted straight toward that elevator area. NBA Ben 10 showed up out of loyalty, but things escalated quickly, and he ended up seriously injured. Now he can't walk, and the pressure is building. We're hearing that J. Prince Jr. could be dealing with major consequences very soon. So what actually happened inside that restaurant? Who was really there? How did it all unfold so fast? And why is J. Prince Jr. being watched so closely even though he didn't physically put hands on anyone? Let's break everything down and get into the details. To really understand how it got to this point, you've got to step back and look at the bigger picture. A lot of people hear these names but don't fully understand the weight behind them. So here's a quick rundown. First up, J. Prince Jr., a name that carries serious influence in Houston's rap scene.
200 Kirby Drive at the Confessions nightclub, just behind me upstairs. It's a bar slash restaurant type location. Tonight there was probably, 20, 30 people in there and several servers and everything. Got some pretty good video. We got 2 victims on the scene right now. This is we got 2 victims.
If you know anything about Houston rap culture, then you already know the Prince family name holds serious weight. His father, James Prince Sr., built Rap-A-Lot Records from the ground up, turning it into a major force. We're talking about the label that introduced the world to Ghetto Boys, Scarface, and helped shape some of the biggest names in Southern hip-hop history. The Prince name in Houston carries serious generational influence, no debate about it. This goes beyond just music industry status. This family is known for power that stretches far outside of records and charts. Their reputation is built on deep connections, strong alliances, and a presence people don't take lightly at all. J. Prince Jr., also known as James Prince Jr., has been moving under that shadow while trying to build his own lane. But here's the real issue, and let's be real about it. His name keeps showing up in situations that have nothing to do with music. People have seen headlines about him getting stopped in Miami, being linked to situations involving finesse 2 times, and now his name is connected to one of the most serious situations of 2026. And this time, it's not just online chatter or rumors floating around. There's reported footage, there are witnesses, and there's someone in a hospital bed dealing with life-changing injuries. That's what makes this hit different, because the situation has real-world consequences that can't be ignored. Now, let's talk about NBA Ben 10.
Ben 10 mom say this. Thank you, my God, for not leaving my son. You cover him. Red heart emoji. Well, good for her, because he ain't gonna be able to walk no more, according to rumors. Ben 10 paralyzed. They didn't make it public yet. I'm gonna cut your name and pick out when I post this. Okay, bro, please. So, LOL. I don't want to be in none of that BR mess.
Ben 10's mom posted this. Thank you, my God, for not leaving my son. You covered him. Red heart emoji. Well, good for her, because according to rumors, he may not be able to walk again. Ben 10 reportedly paralyzed. They haven't made it public yet. I'ma blur your name and picture when I post this. Okay, bro, please. So lol. I don't want to be in none of that BR mess. Real name? Ben Anthony Fields. He's known as an affiliate of NBA Youngboy and part of the Never Broke Again circle. If you follow that movement, then you already know it runs deep, built on loyalty and a tight inner circle that doesn't fold. Ben 10 isn't just some random name either. He's been tied to that group for years and built a reputation in the Baton Rouge rap scene. He's got mixtapes, he's got history, and on the night of April 8th, 2026, he showed he wasn't backing down from pressure. So now you've got the full picture of the main people involved and the setting, a restaurant called Confessions, located on the 3200 block of Kirby Drive in Houston, Texas. Late Wednesday night around 11:30 p.m., that's when everything lined up. Now, let's get into what really happened, because this is where things take a sharp turn. And here's the crazy part. This situation didn't even start at confessions. It goes back earlier and started over something personal that has a lot of people talking. According to what's been circulating and what multiple sources are pointing toward, the root of the tension traces back to a woman, specifically All-Star Jr.'s child's mother. Reports claim that J. Prince Jr. allegedly became involved with her, which added serious tension behind the scenes. There were also discussions suggesting things may have crossed a line involving family boundaries connected to All-Star Jr.'s child. Now, to be clear, those details are still unconfirmed and remain allegations at this point. But that's what people are pointing to as the spark that set everything off. You already know how this goes. When personal issues mix with street ties, especially when family gets involved, things don't stay online for long. It moves past messages and comments, and situations start escalating fast. So here's how everything lined up. All-Star Jr. ends up in Houston. Whether it was for music or just being in the city, he was there, right in J. Prince Jr.'s territory. And somehow, those two circles crossed paths in the same place at the same time. Reports suggest that when J. Prince Jr. found out All-Star Jr. was inside confessions that night, a call was made. Word started spreading, and people began linking up, gathering around the situation. It's said that individuals connected to both sides started pulling up, bringing serious tension into one spot. And look who ends up in the mix. Ben 10, along with another NBA Youngboy affiliate, and people tied to mob ties. Now pause and really think about that lineup for a second. You've got major names, strong affiliations, and a situation already full of tension all coming together in one place. From there, things reportedly escalated near the elevator area. Sources claim All-Star Jr. was on his way out, trying to leave, when he was approached by multiple individuals at once. The situation quickly turned chaotic, with reports of people surrounding him, reaching for his belongings while pushing and swinging during the confrontation. He held his ground through all of it. Now pause for a second and really picture this scene clearly. One person surrounded by a group inside a restaurant, getting knocked to the ground, people swinging, chairs being thrown around, everything pointing to it turning into a one-sided situation. But here's where everything suddenly changed, and this is the moment that flipped the entire story. During all that chaos, an item dropped to the floor. Reports claim someone from Ben 10's side may have been carrying it, and in the middle of the struggle, it slipped out. Now here's the shocking part. All-Star Jr., who reportedly wasn't carrying anything that night, possibly due to legal reasons, grabbed that same item off the ground, and just like that, the entire energy in the room shifted instantly. Everything changed in seconds. The balance of power inside that restaurant completely flipped at 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 8, 2026. Authorities in Houston responded quickly after receiving reports of a serious incident at Confessions on Kirby Drive. When officers arrived, the scene was described as chaotic and intense. Two individuals were found injured, and officials began piecing together what had just happened. Lieutenant R. Wilkins from the Houston Police Department spoke publicly, explaining what responders saw when they got there. One person had serious injuries to the upper body, while another had multiple injuries to the legs and arms. It was a situation that left everyone shaken, and almost immediately, people started talking, trying to figure out exactly how everything unfolded. Within hours of the situation, word started spreading fast that one of the injured was NBA Ben 10, and the updates coming out were serious. Not just hurt, but reports saying he was in critical condition, placed in intensive care. But it goes even deeper than that. According to multiple sources, this is where the talk about long-term damage started circulating. There were claims that Ben 10 suffered injuries that could impact him for the rest of his life. Now, let's be clear, nothing has been officially confirmed about permanent conditions. His family and team have not released a direct statement saying that, but people close to the situation have been raising concerns. And when you notice there haven't been any updates, no photos, no public messages from him or his immediate circle, that silence has people paying attention. OG Monique, the mother of NBA affiliate OG33, did post on Instagram saying Ben 10 is alert and asked people to stop spreading false reports about his passing. And that part matters because it confirms he is alive. But at the same time, being alert doesn't mean everything is fine, and it doesn't automatically mean recovery will be quick. That distinction is important, and it's something people shouldn't overlook. Meanwhile, All-Star Jr. was able to leave the building afterward. He got out of there and moved on from the scene. And here's a key detail that many people are focusing on in this whole situation. Based on how events have been described, there were strong arguments being made that his actions could fall under self-defense. He was outnumbered, reports say people were trying to take his belongings, and in that moment, he reacted. He picked up an item that had already fallen to the ground and used it to protect himself. Authorities in Houston quickly acknowledged that self-defense is a key part of how this situation is being viewed. As of now, no arrests have been made and no charges have been filed against All-Star Jr. And that right there is what has everyone talking heavy right now. But here's where things start connecting in a bigger way, and this is the part people really need to pay attention to. This situation goes way deeper than just someone trying to grab a chain. That angle is what people see on the surface, but it doesn't explain everything leading up to that night. When you look at the full timeline, the reported personal tensions, the situation involving All-Star Jr.'s child's mother, and the claims of disrespect, it starts to paint a much bigger picture. Add in the fact that people were allegedly called to that exact location, and now it starts to feel more organized than random. Some are saying this was meant to send a message, not just a spontaneous situation. And according to multiple accounts circulating online, J. Prince Jr. is being pointed to as someone who may have played a role in setting things in motion. Reports claim that All-Star Jr. was already on his way out when someone connected to that circle made a call saying he was inside. That call is what allegedly brought people to confessions, what placed Ben 10 near that elevator area, and what ultimately led to multiple people being seriously injured and the situation turning into what it became. Now, here's the legal side of all this, and this is something you really have to think about carefully. If someone organizes a group, calls people to a specific location, and sets up a confrontation that leads to serious harm, they can still face major charges even if they never physically took part in the violence. There are legal concepts like felony liability and conspiracy, and if prosecutors believe that J. Prince Jr. played a role in bringing people together and directing them toward that situation, the consequences could be serious. It's not just about who acted in the moment, it's about who may have helped set everything in motion. Think about it like this. If Ben 10's condition had taken a worse turn, and as of now he has been reported in critical care, then the legal stakes could rise even higher. Not because someone directly caused harm themselves, but because of the idea that the situation was organized in advance. When footage from that night started circulating online, people reacted instantly.
Clips started surfacing that appeared to show J. Prince Jr. in the background at the location, adding another layer to the situation because it seemingly places him right there at the scene. Now, when you combine that reported presence with claims about a phone call, the alleged personal tensions behind everything, and the group that showed up, it's easy to see why this situation is getting serious attention. Investigators are likely digging into every single detail. Houston police have confirmed the investigation is still active and ongoing. No official suspects have been publicly named, but the security footage from inside confessions is expected to play a major role in showing exactly how everything unfolded. Now, some people online have been going back and forth about whether All-Star Jr.'s side was completely in the clear that night. And look, that conversation is happening for a reason. The Detroit side wasn't completely calm in that building either. There was tension, there was confrontation, and reports even suggest there may have been an attempt to take valuables from J. Prince Jr., which some believe helped spark what happened next. So no, nobody involved here is being painted as perfect. But here's what really matters when you look at it from both a legal and real-world perspective. Reports indicate that All-Star Jr. reacted after being physically confronted and having people come at him. He didn't purportedly start the situation inside confessions. The pressure came to him. And that right there is the key detail that could shape how everything plays out moving forward. That distinction is going to matter heavily when it comes to how this entire situation is judged. The aftermath of what went down at Confessions on April 8th sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world instantly, and people are still reacting. The conversation spread fast, and now attention is shifting to the bigger picture, especially involving the Mob Ties movement. J. Prince Jr. has spent years building that name and that circle, with artists and figures in Houston aligning themselves with it. But after this situation, more people are starting to ask serious questions about patterns and connections. Online discussions have been breaking down different moments, trying to see how often situations like this seem to happen around the same circles. And the number people keep bringing up has definitely raised eyebrows. And now things are reaching a whole new level because this situation is no longer just street talk or online debate. It's turning into something much bigger. People are watching closely to see what happens next, especially with investigators still working behind the scenes. Sources say more details could come out as authorities review footage, talk to witnesses, and piece together the full timeline. And if that footage confirms certain claims that have been circulating, it could shift everything in a major way. At the same time, the pressure is building publicly. Fans, critics, and people in the industry are all weighing in, and the spotlight on everyone connected to this situation is getting brighter by the day. Every move, every post, every bit of silence is being analyzed. There's also the question of what happens next for the people involved. Careers, reputations, and relationships are all on the line right now. Situations like this don't just disappear. They leave a mark that can follow people for years. And while some are still trying to figure out exactly what happened that night, one thing is clear. This situation has already changed a lot for everyone connected to it. Now it's just a matter of what comes next and whether the truth that comes out matches what people think they already know. This isn't the first time J. Prince Jr.'s name has been linked to a serious situation like this. Think back to the Takeoff incident. The Migos member lost his life in Houston in 2022, and J. Prince Jr.'s name was being mentioned around that situation as well, even though he was never charged or officially tied to it. The point people keep bringing up is pattern recognition. When the same name keeps showing up near major incidents, people start asking questions. At some point, the conversation shifts from coincidence to accountability, and that's exactly where things are starting to go now. Then you've got NBA YoungBoy's circle, and this adds another complicated layer. There's already been known tension between YoungBoy and J. Prince in the past, so the fact that Ben 10, someone connected to YB, ended up in this situation, allegedly tied to a call involving J. Prince Jr., has people really looking sideways at the whole situation. It raises a big question that nobody has fully answered yet. Why was someone from YB's inner circle even in that environment around those people? That detail hasn't been fully explained, and it's got a lot of people confused. Then there's All-Star Jr.'s position in all of this. He came from Detroit to Houston and managed to walk away while others were left dealing with serious injuries.
That alone is shaping how people are talking about this situation, but legally he's not completely in the clear just yet. Even when self-defense is a factor, there can still be investigations, questioning, and even civil cases that follow. His legal team is likely going to be very busy in the months ahead. Ben Anthony Fields is a real person, with family, friends, and people who care about him deeply. And if the reports about long-term injury turn out to be true, then his life could be changed in a major way forever. And what makes this hit even harder is the idea that he may not have even been directly involved in the root of the issue. Reports suggest he showed up in support of someone else, only to end up caught in a situation that escalated far beyond what anyone expected. That's the part that really makes people stop and think, because from what's being said, Ben 10 didn't start this situation. He reportedly came through after being called, and now he's the one dealing with the most serious consequences. Now step back and look at the bigger picture for a second, because this goes beyond just J. Prince Jr. and Ben 10. This is about influence, loyalty, and how quickly those two things can pull people into situations that change lives in an instant. The reality is, the hip-hop world has always balanced between entertainment and real-life situations. Most people find a way to stay on the right side of that line, but when that line gets crossed, the consequences become very real. When influence is used in a way that brings real-world conflict into play, that's when everything shifts. That's when careers stop mattering and real-life outcomes take center stage in the worst way. J. Prince Jr. comes from a powerful legacy, no doubt about it, but having that kind of name also comes with serious responsibility. All of this comes back to what happened on the night of April 8th, and now the community is left facing the same tough question that keeps coming up again and again. At what point do people stop making excuses for those in powerful positions, especially when those same people may play a role, directly or indirectly, in situations that seriously impact others who stood loyal to them? That's the part that's hitting hard right now. Ben 10 showed loyalty. He showed up, and now he's in a hospital fighting through a serious condition with concerns about his ability to fully recover. That reality is what's making this situation feel so heavy. And then there's J. Prince Jr. He was reportedly in that building, and videos circulating online appear to place him at the scene. If investigators and prosecutors move forward, he could be facing some major questions about what happened that night. Because here's the thing, cameras don't take sides. Cameras don't care about affiliations, reputations, or history. They simply capture what happens. And that footage from inside confessions on Kirby Drive could end up being the key piece that shapes how this entire situation plays out. If Ben 10 recovers, and people are hoping he does, it could affect how serious the legal situation becomes. But even then, this doesn't just go away. There could still be civil cases, deeper investigations, and more legal pressure building over time. And now everything comes down to what happens next. Because this situation is far from over. The spotlight isn't fading anytime soon, and the pressure is only getting stronger as more details continue to surface. People are watching closely to see how everyone involved moves from here. Will there be statements made, or will the silence continue? Because right now, that silence is only adding more questions and more speculation every single day. Behind the scenes, investigators are still working, reviewing evidence, talking to witnesses, and building a clearer picture of what really went down that night. And the moment new information drops, it's going to shift the conversation all over again. At the same time, the public reaction isn't slowing down either. Social media is locked in, breaking down every detail, every clip, every rumor, trying to connect the dots and figure out the truth. And while all of that is happening, the reality remains serious. Lives have been impacted in a major way, and the effects of this situation are not going to disappear overnight. Now it's a waiting game, waiting to see what the footage confirms, what authorities decide, and how everyone involved responds when the pressure reaches its peak. And if things take a more serious turn, then James Prince Jr. is going to need a strong legal team behind him, because everything changes at that point. The situation becomes a whole different level, and no amount of history or legacy tied to the Prince name will be able to protect him if evidence connects him directly to what happened inside that restaurant. This is one of those moments where real life is moving faster than the internet can even process. The investigation is active, the footage is being reviewed, and people are already forming their opinions about what went down. Now, it's just a matter of how everything plays out in the legal system. Make sure you stay tapped in because updates can drop at any moment. If you want the latest breakdowns, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything when new details come out. We're going to keep covering this story, bringing clearer updates without the extra noise, and making sure you stay informed every step of the way.